Hello, everybody. It's great that you're here. Welcome. Uh, what happened if the next generation of developers choose Ruby, and how we can achieve that goal, and how meetups have this important role of the sustain and energize the technology. I'll be talking about that today in my presentation. I'm Mariusz Kozieł. I am a CEO of Visuality. Visuality is a software house. So it's a software house. We name it only in Poland. It's a software agency specializing, of course, in Ruby on Rails. And I'm former CTO of that company. I really like to highlight that I was a CTO because my friend who has the similar path as I had say that we was degraded to be a CEO. It's kind of true. And you can ask what I am doing here. And my journey started 14 years ago with Ruby, and that time I'm visiting Warsaw Ruby user group and learning a lot from there. And that time I was also really scary to talk to people and networking, so I don't be like Mariusz that time. But really my story started 2.5 years ago when in Visuality, as a software agency, consulting agency, really care about quality. And we had a really good process inside the company to share knowledge. We decided to return back to the community. And we started with visiting local meetups and making presentations and conferences. And after that, we realized that there is a need to reactivate meetup in Warsaw. So we reactivated meetup in Warsaw. And from there, it went wild. So after a year later, we ran our first conference. It was on anniversary of our meetup. It's a conference with really long name, everybody complaining about that. And now I understand that. It's a Ruby Warsaw community conference. And now we even want to change the place to Krakow. So it will be Ruby Warsaw community conference in Krakow. I don't know, maybe. Or we rebrand it, we'll see. We already run free conferences because we are doing that every 6 months. And in the meantime, we established Polish Ruby user group to help Polish community to exchange speakers. It was our primary goal, and to group all those people in one Discord. And from there, Poland was done, and I was like addicted with the Ruby. What do more? Where to go next? And we visited our client in Amsterdam. Why not run meetup there? So we have helped with Amsterdam RB to run meetup, and we bring the presentation and 2 workshops, and we run meetup there, and we met a lot of new friends there. And after that, I have helped to establish Barcelona RB meetup. There was nothing before, and in the middle of the conference, I talked with Evgeny that he is living in Barcelona, but there is no meetups, and he would like to have it there. And he said that he don't know how to do that. I said, I know, I can help you, and we did that. And we have Xavi and Noria on our meetup, 45 people, and it was great. And this point led me to this need that there is a need to establish something like Ruby Central, but inside Europe, to help this community to grow, to help community to revive after the pandemic, because there is still so many places which don't have local meetups. But let's come back to the root of problem. So who knows Euroco? It's the biggest European conference. It's a conference which takes place 21 years. It's a conference which changed host and the city every year. And there was 17 cities. And as you can imagine, this conference, the biggest conference, changed people's career and life. And it's gathered community around those cities. So all those cities had a community, a Ruby community and active meetups that. But you know what now? We have only 7 of them. And of course, the pandemic hit us hard, but it's even worse because there's only 3 really active ones from those cities which had Euroco. And Barcelona is a freshly revived one. Amsterdam, even if they had Rails World, they ran only 2 meetups this year. And Vilnius also struggled with speakers, and there is a need of help. So why it's like that? pandemic, of course, it was a long time ago. It should show up. But is it hard to run a meetup? I believe it's not that hard, and everybody of you can do that. But it's difficult to sustain a meetup, to do it every month, because you have to think about it immediately on that meetup. You have to think kind of about the next one, because you have to bring new speakers, you have to bring maybe new venue or the sponsors. So you have to find your purpose, why to do that. And we would like to help with that. And as a Ruby Europe, we want to bring tools, we want to fix those problems, so help to promote those meetups, help organizer be prepared how to do that and how to sustain those meetups, and how to find speakers and how to speak in general. And I would like to bring only a few examples why that's important to have those meetups, to have this community in your city. And it's an example from the first year of Warsaw meetups, how much we have learned in this 1 year. I think it's the major point for a lot of us. So we have 2 topics about the Hotwire. We have 4 topics about domain-driven design, 1 about Rails Event Store, and 3 topics about domain-driven design architecture in pure Ruby on Rails application. We have 3 topics about domain databases, and some of them was a really deep one. And we have 2 topics about how to write tests and test optimization. And we brought those ideas to our clients, and we helped them save money on their CI thanks to that. And there was so many other topics in only this 1 year. And I believe that it's really low effort to meet for 2 to 4 hours every month, to talk with the friends and drink beer and eat pizza or barbecue. And it's great. Here's the QR code. We recorded most of that videos from our meetup, and you can see it's there. I really like this quote: the fastest way to change yourself is to hang out with people who are already the way you want to be. Our community, and as you can see here on this conference, all those speakers are really open. You can talk to everybody there, and you can talk to Aaron Patterson and ask him any question and talk to him. And I always really like to bring this photo, which is generated by AI. We are like smiling with red noses and red eyes, and it even doesn't matter that the code is on the opposite side of the screen. We are a great community, and on my journey, when I'm visiting a lot of conferences, I have met multiple friends. I have friends in Zurich, Paris, Berlin, Vilnius, Bucharest, and I know that I can call them when I will be there and they will meet with me. So here is we created a Ruby Europe site where we put all meetups and the conferences on the map. And it's the states from almost 2 months ago when I was first presenting on the Euroco conference. And here's the states of current, so there are more already. I'm not sure that you see that. But our mission is to bring those meetups create those communities in those biggest cities in Europe and connect those cities with each other to exchange speakers, to exchange sponsors, to share knowledge between each other, and share people also and attendees, and create this exchange speakers program. How cool is to go to another city to talk on the meetup, and we would like to help with that. So currently we have more and more conferences, more and more meetups, which is great, but I believe that we need more. This month there will be 41 meetups in November 2024 worldwide, which is great, but I believe that we need more, and we need take this momentum and run more and more and keep going with the community. But why this small gatherings are that important. I believe it's the best place. Your exposure to the new ideas, new tools, new best practices, and everything which is in those presentations. And those exposures inspires you. Maybe you can bring your own idea for the presentation, for the lightning talk, or for the open source, or maybe you will create your own startup, and there you can find the friends, the closest friends, because you're meeting every month with those people, and you can find a coworker there or co-founder of your startup. And it's also the best place to start your journey with the speaking. I really convince you to do that, to bring maybe lightning talk, and it's the best place to bring it into your city. It's a small calm environment where you can speak. And I have so many examples from my hood. For example, myself, I was like 2.5 years ago when we started with Warsaw meetups, I was like freezed and panicked. I pushed my friend to go welcome people because I was too afraid to do that. And now I'm doing that. I'm still nervous, of course, but I'm doing that. The second example, one of our attendees on our meetup, we even didn't know about it. It was a Bartosz Blimke, who is creator of WebMock. He was inspired by Xavier Noria on our conference, and he decided to show WebMock like Xavier did by going through the WebMock step by step. And he did it for us. And after that, he was a speaker on the Euraco conference where there was 700 people. And other example, Jaroslav from Super Rails channel, he came to us on the first meetup and he asked to be a speaker on the second one. And it was his first presentation offline. And immediately on this meetup, he was invited to be a speaker on the Wrocław RB, is an old conference in Wrocław, Poland. Is a senior level conference. And he was there a speaker. And after that, he was invited to be a speaker on the Rails World. I believe that he don't have a problem to find a job. And it's also an important part. If you show up, if you show your expertise, if you are capable to do that, it's also really, really important. And it's not only about speaking. There are also stories from my hood, how people started their own company, for example. But our second pillar of the Ruby Europe is because how to sustain the community without new Ruby folks, without juniors. We need this fresh blood like vampires. So we decided to also help with that. And we have some ideas. For example, help Rails girls to run their workshops again, because in 2029 there was 49 workshops worldwide. In 2023 there was 12 of them, and this year there was only 6 of them. So we want to help them find teachers, help them find sponsors, and to run those workshops again. We also would like to prepare an online course. In Visuality, we created a Visuality Academy, and there it was 7-month online bootcamp. It was with up and downs, of course, but at the last stage there was 9 people who was really, really great. And we couldn't hire all of them, but we hired some of them, and 2 of them created the workshops on our last conference. One of the workshops was about Camel, and the second one was about Hotwire, so the news in Ruby on Rails. And I'm really proud of it. And I believe that we can bring new, other Ruby developers into the market. We can create a mentorship program, or we can help to those which are already there. And we need to connect existing bootcamps with existing communities. Because when I was in the Lewagon office in Amsterdam, the group lead don't even know that there is an active community there. And we have to connect. We need to, those people need to know that there is an active community after that they have to show up after this bootcamp and they have a place to learn. And in a reverse, we need to help these bootcamps because they are also most of the bootcamps are already switched to Python or other technologies, and we have to support those which still learning Ruby. And our plan is for Ruby Europe for 2024 was in my opinion, wild, and we achieved all of them in 2 months. So it's already a success. Last week we ran Spain Triangle project, which was the series of meetups in Spain. We visited freshly activated Barcelona Ruby, but we also activated Valencia and Madrid. And on each meetup there was 45 plus people, and we connect all those organizers, speakers there to exchange speakers, exchange sponsors, and help each other. And I believe we have to do it everywhere to help those communities be active. And I'm the type of guy who is traveling and checking if there is a meetup there. So I was in the New York City after the Rails World in Toronto, and I reached out to existing community there, New York City RB, and we ran the meetup with New York City RB, Ruby Europe, and New York City on Rails. And it was huge. People really like it, and they show up. It was their first meetup offline because they are doing that online, and people was really, really happy. And people ask me why Ruby Europe in US market, why you are here. And because we have the same mission. It's not that it's only European mission. We can work everywhere, and it's even bring some new ideas. And Zahar, who's here, he brought the idea. He was so happy that there is an offline meetup that he decided to try to push all those old organizers or maybe create new to run the meetups in Washington, Philadelphia, Boston, and New York, and then exchange speakers there. So we also created Ruby Europe site. We have a Discord with 500 users after 2 months. So I believe that it's huge. And we run a Ruby Plus AI meetup in Warsaw, and we are planning to do it in other cities. Next will be Berlin, and then we will see. I believe that it's also important mission to show that Ruby Plus AI is already a valid option, and it's not only Python there. And the Unite is the idea to gather all speakers, open source contributors, attendees, people, Ruby friends in general, companies in one place. I'm not sure that it's already done, but it's constant work. And do you remember the list of the cities which had Heroku? And it's already more of them. Of course, not all of them are thanks to Ruby Europe, but Vienna showed up, Budapest also planning the next meetup, and we try to connect them with each other to exchange speakers. And Krakow have 3rd or 4th meetup in a row already. I'm so happy with that. So who is in the team? Maybe you. So everybody can help. So it's not that you have to join our forces and spend your free time on that, but you can help us by attending, by speaking, by reposting, by joining our Discord and be there, support the community. So action points are the organize and join local meetups and spread the word. Visit our Ruby Europe site, is a QR code here. I will be happy to hear your feedback and ideas, and you can reach me every time on LinkedIn. I will be happy to help with your ideas. And join our Discord or subscribe to our newsletter. There is no newsletter yet, but you can subscribe it. And here is a Discord QR code. The second QR code are not that important, but join our Discord. And I have the quite easy mission currently, because I'm talking to you, the people who are really active in the community, who are here on the conference, and you would like to be here. You know this value of getting this knowledge and talking to people. So I have now a request for you to try to convince those who are not that close, to try to at least find one friend and invite him to to the meetup, to the conference, or join our Discord, or at least share knowledge inside your company. It often starts from there to exchange this knowledge. Please do that, because then next year RubyConf will be probably 200 more people or even more. Thank you. Yeah, so the question is the meetups change between, for example, 2016 to current meetups? So in general, I believe that those meetups are kind of the same. They are doing the same, but I see really difference between cultures and different countries. So when we did that in Spain, they was like, it's enough to have one presentation and networking. We're finishing our work really late, so start from 7. And in Warsaw, we have, for example, 2 or 3 presentations. We're starting at 6 and we sitting to the late night. And it's also working for us. So there are some differences. Yes, where to find the meetup currently. So yeah, the meetup.com kind of dying, but it's still a lot of meetups there. There is Luma, which is a really good tool in general, but when you visit, for example, when I visited New York City and tried to find a meetup, and I even know that it's on Luma, I couldn't find it. So it's tricky. So maybe it's the reason why we created Ruby website to put it on the map, and there is a link for each meetup to direct to their page. And I think it's a good idea also to have this map to the whole world, not only to European one. How to find venue for the meetup tips. So in general, there is often it's working like that there are companies which have Ruby or they are run on Ruby or Rails, and they are happy to host the meetup often. So reaching those is really promising because you already have some people who are doing Ruby and they can spread the word around. So it's a really cool idea, and all in general pointing those companies which are there. There is even site created by Andy Crow. I don't remember the name of this site, but it's site with all companies which are using Ruby on Rails, maybe not all, but a lot of them. And you can find them in your city, and thanks to that you have the LinkedIn of the company and you can reach them. It's one approach, and the second approach is, for example, it's often easy to find a co-working space which is happy to share the space for free for their need also and promotion. Advice for starting a meetup. Yeah, so it's not it's quite open question. So there is a lot of things. So venue is one thing. So then you probably have to try to reach out and spread the word and talk to people. Is it valid if they will come and if they're interested, and to poke them also to share this idea with other people, and find a speaker or make the presentation by yourself. On our also meetups, it was at the beginning it was hard because as a visuality we ran 10 presentations in the first year, and we have always 2 of them or 3 of them every meetup, and now we don't have a problem with that. So community growth and people are happy to talk, but at the beginning it might be difficult. So yeah, so try to find people, try to find support of your company if it's located in your city, and maybe reach out to people from near cities to get them also, and to find sponsors or speakers there. Okay, if not, thank you. I have stickers if you would like, and I have sweets from Poland if you would like to try. So you're welcome.